What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing well tonight. So I've got, this is going to be a long one. I'm going to go ahead and warn you. This is three of probably the more well-known Kubey knives. They just recently had a massive sale on all of their the D2 models. Excuse me. And I took that opportunity to go ahead and pick up some absolutely killer budget knives on the low. I mean, I'm talking three knives for less than $80. You know, like I said, they had a killer deal going on, and then shout out to Big Red EDC. He had a discount code on top of the killer sale, so could not pass it up. We're just going to go through. I don't know which one's which. They all just came into a packaging. It doesn't say. I think it used to have the model on here somewhere, so they just came in a paper bag or a plastic bag. So some of the boxes got a little messed up, but no big deal. Well, this one actually, I can see the model number. It's a KU322. That says 15-inch folding pocket knife. This ain't no damn 15-inch knife. Anyway, I guess we will open up with the knife I just literally did a video on. This is the Real Steel G5, so check that video out. This is O-Step Hell design. We will see and use it to open up all of these Kubeys. So first one we have, this is the budget version of the Tedious. So you guys know that I have been absolutely head over heels in love with the premium version of this, and rightfully so. This is probably one of the best little, best fidget factor knives I've seen in quite a while. The premium version has just been super impressive, and now I have a beater version. So I will do the typical zoomy zoom, and we'll take a look. So you got the KB logo on the pivot. Pretty good G10. I mean, nice and grippy. You have all flat screws, same as on the premium. And are these, it looks like T6s, might be T8s on the hardware. Let's see. Yes, so we have T8 body screws. Let's check that. Oh man, there is absolutely zero play in these screws, guys. I mean, this is insane how good they do. And then, of course, the pocket clip screws are going to be a T6. So again, as always, we'll check these screws for how well they are machined. Just absolutely killer machining. Let's go ahead and flick this blade out. Of course, you guys have seen this blade before. This is the similar shape, the Kubey Tedious blade shape. You got your flipper, beautiful finger toil, and Kubey logo on that side. D2 on this side, so fairly sterile blade. You got that awesome fuller with the elongated blade hole. Check out our grind lines, our grinds here. The grind is a little more shallow here at the heel, but not a problem at all. You got that beautiful drop point blade, plenty of belly. Again, on this side, fairly even grinds. You don't have a ton of room for sharpening. Come on, focus. You don't have a ton of room for sharpening, but you do have a fairly decent finger toil there that allows you to get locked in. Let's go ahead and wipe this blade off real quick. Get this oil off. Typically, if it's a D2 blade, I prefer it to be coated. I do live in North Carolina, as it should be obvious to anybody who has seen my logo. So we do have very humid summers. Nothing like, some of the further south like Louisiana or Florida. But we do have enough humidity to where I don't want to have non-coated D2. Yeah, this, right out of the box, it's not bad at all. This one might have, D10's a little weak, but it's not super bad. I have definitely had a weaker detent before. It works really well for the flipper. The flipper, it's actually strange. Usually if it's tuned well for the flipper, then it's a stronger detent, but this one is a little weak. So I will say that. I'll go ahead and say that. That detent is weak, at least for my liking. Yeah. So I'm going to have to tighten up that detent a little bit. Until then, it'll just be a flipper knife. So QC issue there. That is, yeah. I mean, it's still reverse flickable, but that detent is definitely a little on the weak side. So you guys have already seen my stuff on the TDS. On this one, you do have the reversible pocket clip, though. Again, I don't know what color I'm going to do with this one, but it will be end up being dyed at some point. But yeah, see how it's even bouncing out whenever you let the blade drop. It'll bounce out. So we'll go ahead and adjust that detent and see how it does. You do have a lot of milling on the inside. There you can see that. So you do have a ton of, yeah, let's open that up. There you go. Ton of milling on the inside. Let's see what the weight's like on this guy. So since you guys have already seen, or should have already seen my video on the premium version, all the specs are the same except for the weight. And weight here, you're looking at 4.9 ounces. You guys can't see that. You'll just have to trust me. It's 4.9 ounces there. We'll go ahead and slide that to the side. Oh no, wait. We got to do a paper check. So she's sharp. That is no problems there. Let's try that out more towards the tip. Well, yeah, it's good. There's no issues there. Yeah, it's plenty sharp. Plenty sharp. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. Let's see what we got here. All right, so this one, oh, okay, this one I can read too. So this is the Kubey Royale, or Royal, or whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. Yeah, I've definitely got to work on that detent. That's okay. For a $20 knife, $25 knife, I am not mad at it. Even I think the normal price on those knives on the budget version is still like, on these guys, it's still like less than $50. So this is the, and I'm so sorry, Colin, I can't remember your last name. I think it's, I'm not even going to remember. So this is Colin from Devo Knives. This is his design. So we're going to go ahead and fly in here. So I love, this is one of the things I've really enjoyed about this is design. You've got a lot of chamfering on the blade, on the handle. And of course, that same Kubey pivot. And then this guy is a single screw construction. So you've got just one, and that is a T8 screw. And our tolerances are pretty damn good. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be T6 screws in that. Yes. All right, so T6s, you've got good tolerances there as well. And that's got a little bit of wiggle to it. So you go, nothing major though. And then on the pivot, perfect tolerances there. Same pocket clip, same type of, as the TDS. You've got a single screw here, and then your pocket clip is your other body screw, and then your second pocket clip screw. So it is reversible, but it is not inset, but you do have flat screws. Again, pretty good there. And then your G10 has pretty decent texture. Let's take a look at this blade shape. Oh yeah, that's much better. So you have a very interesting sort of a clip point. Oh no, it's a drop point design there. Very, very open finger hole, blade hole, whatever. Tons of jimping on the back. Kubey logo here. You have Colin's logo there, and then D2. And this guy's got some serious oil on it. Go ahead and wipe some of this oil down. All right, and let's take a look at our grinds. Oop, oh, come on, focus. Focus. There we go. Pretty good grinds again. Very strong tip. Oh, come on. Is that grind a little bit off? Or is that just my eyesight? Let me take this off camera real quick and look at it. Yeah, it looks like our grind is a little bit off on the tip. Let me see if I can get that to focus on there. There you go. So we've got a little more grind on this side than we do on this side. So you see how this is more shallow here? How this grind isn't as deep as that grind? So that causes your tip to look bent. But it's not really bent, it's just the grind is not flush. So there's another little small QC issue. Nothing that's crazy. It's not going to affect how the knife works or anything. But that's a something where it's an aesthetic problem. Even with this one with the light detent, it's not a function problem because it still works. The knife still works. It's just what we as the knife community deem a problem because we know, that it can be tuned perfectly and have a super crisp detent and amazing action and all this stuff. But for most people that are just buying a $25 or $30 knife, they probably don't give a crap about that. So looking over the overall design, and I'm probably going to get fussed at for this, but this is my first Colin knife. This is the first one of his designs. I unfortunately have not gotten my hands on any Devo knives. I will at Blade Show this weekend. I plan on grabbing at least one. But I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time at his booth in 2023 at Blade Show, and that was when I first found out about him. Was in 2020, early 2023, or late 2022, one or the other. But yeah, I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with him, and I'm kind of the person that I like to have my hands on a knife at least at some point before I own one, especially when we're talking, $100+ on a knife. So anyway, this is one of his earlier designs. I absolutely love how it feels in the hand. It feels absolutely great. The pocket clip, you feel it a little bit on the bottom of the hand, but nothing hateful. The jimping is in the perfect spot. It's the perfect amount of jimping. I love that it is an inset liner lock. I love how much space you have, or how much access you have to the liner. That is great. The detent on this is actually tuned pretty good. Reverse flicks really well, which is something I've heard a lot from his designs, is that it's something that's super, super easy to reverse flick. Can thumb roll it really well. And front flipper, let's see. Ooh, I can do the finger roll on this one. Oh, hey, looky there. Thumb flip. Yep, that works. Let's see. Come on, can I? I don't have enough finger dexterity to be able to do that. But everything else works really well. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed. For a $25 knife. Actually, no, the Royale was a little bit more expensive. It was $30, I want to say, maybe. It was a little less than 30, right at 30 on the sale. So we'll listen to the action here. So pretty good action right out of the box, I'm not gonna lie. Take a look at the specs on this guy, which this thing's been out for a while, so I'm sure everybody knows this information already. But we are looking at, let's see here, 3-inch blade, just under 7 1/4 overall, and we are at 3.2 ounces. So pretty much spot on, or wait, dead nuts on that 1-for-1 ratio. I really like this knife, so I am probably going to add another one of these to my collection and get the premium version of the Royale. Get the Royale with cheese, so they go. Yeah, I like this. I dig this knife. I really like the ergonomics of it, and it's really making me upset that, that I don't already have a Devo. So, but anyway, I digress. We'll go on to the last but not least. So this one is, I know which one this one is, Process of Elimination. This is one from my buddy Sharif, Mr. Mangana Steel. This is his knife. It is the Kubey Momentum. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. And yes, I did get all jade knives because I like being able to make knives whatever color I want them. And jade knives allow you to do that because none of the knives that they had in any colors that I liked had black blades, and I have to have a black blade, a coated blade when it comes to D2. So again, we're going to do our zoom in on the knife here. So again, typical, same with all the other ones, Kubey logo there on the stud, or I mean on the pivot, and then you've got T8 hardware that is flush. You do have a reversible clip, lanyard hole. It is perfectly centered. And on the pocket clip side, again, not inset, but you do have flush screws. Same pocket clip, same tension. A little bit different on the, no, it's the same. Same pivot screw, same G10. I mean, everything is the same on it. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the blade. Ooh, I like that too. Take a look at our blade. So typical kind of Sharif design language, almost a harpoon looking blade. You do have thumb studs there, your Kubey logo, and then the man himself, Mr. Mangana Steel. I cannot wait to see him again. And you got D2. I had the pleasure of meeting Sharif at Blade Show last year in Atlanta at the Kaiser event. That was awesome. And we have been buddies ever since on been able to talk with them a lot over the lives and through socials and whatnot. But let's check out their grinds here. It looks pretty good. A little thin up towards the top. We'll see if it's got the same issue that the Royale had. And we'll take a look at the tip. So, no, the grind looks pretty good. Pretty even there. The tip looks straight. You've got a really nice, acute tip. Really good for that. You got a swedge. Full length, almost full length swedge on here. Great looking little knife. Very kind of simple ergonomic handle. Really great jamping location. That harpoon locks your finger in, or locks your thumb in, along with the jamping. Get that bit of oil off of there. It's kind of driving me crazy. All right. So, yeah, just a very elegant, kind of simple looking design when it's open. Again, very comfortable. Pocket clip just kind of melts in your hand. You do have a little bit of a finger choil there where you can choke up just a hair. You do have to be careful a little bit because you are right there on the edge. The thumb studs are just out of the way for sharpening, just out of the way for the cutting path as well. Unless you're really all the way on the heel, then you might get interrupted by those thumb studs. So speaking of thumb studs, you do have thumb stud opening. So that's why I was trying to see if I could fail it there. So your detent's a little on the light side, but not bad. I mean, it's still very accessible for the thumb studs and the reverse flick. Actually makes the reverse flick a lot easier with having it a little bit on the light side. So I probably won't change anything on this one. And then it'll probably allow me to do the same thing on the, yeah, it allows me to do the front flipper as well really easily for the finger there. And that's money. That's really money there. The way that's done, the way the curvature is made there on that front flipper. I wonder if I can I can almost give it the old top flick. I've only found one knife that I could reliably do that on, and that was a Pena. So keep your eye on for one of those. One of those is probably coming to the channel before too long. It's typical thin lock bar from Kubey for their budget stuff. Pretty much the same across the board here. Same thickness liners. The momentum might be a little bit thinner, but you do have solid lockup. I mean, it's a liner lock. It's not something I'm really too concerned about on lockup. This one is not an inset liner, but you do have plenty of access. Great design overall, and this one's actually got probably the better action out of all three as far as smoothness. Let's take a look at the sharpness. Yep, that works. Yep, that works. The tip is a little less, but it's the sharpest of all three. I'll hand him that. So we have 3 successful cut tests from Kubey. We'll get this show on the road here. Do one more check. We'll check our hardware just like we've done on all the other ones. I got a little bit of wiggle there, not much there. A little bit of wiggle there, a little bit there. I got a little more than I usually get on this one. So that T6 has got a little bit less. That one's pretty good. And the pivot. Oh, is that a T10 pivot? That is a T10 pivot. I don't have my T10 readily available. Are you at the T10? Yep. Okay, yep. So that is good there. So T10 pivot on that. All these were T8s, right? Yeah, these were all T8s. All right, Sharif, you got to be extra with the freaking T10, huh? Got to be extra. Always got to be extra, Sharif. All kidding aside, Sharif's a great dude. Cannot wait to freaking get his Kai Mono. So that's it. So we've got 3 budget bangers from Kubey. Welcome to the Jade Palace. I don't know what do you want to call it. Let's line these up better. My OCD is starting to kick in here. We got to do big to little. We had the little guy right in the middle, and that was really screwing with me. There we go. A little bit better. I guess technically the momentum's longer than the... Welcome to my life, the life of OCD. There we go. Now see, it still looks off. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Guys, I really appreciate y'all watching, putting up with my shenanigans. All 3 of these knives are great. Check them out. Kubey makes some excellent budget knives. They make some excellent high-end knives, not high-end. They make some excellent, more premium knives that are still extremely affordable because your 14C 28N steel and titanium is not going to be as expensive as something that is S35 or MagnaCut or whatever. But you're still getting fantastic steel for not a lot of money. And the same principle applies here. And a lot of people talk crap on D2 or hate on D2, but you're still getting a really, really good workhorse steel and a workhorse design that is not breaking the bank. There's nothing to be mad about on these knives. Even if they're not on sale, which Kubey runs sales on these guys quite frequently. So if they're still on sale, if you can still pick one up for, anywhere $50 and under, definitely do so. Again, great knives. Link for Kubey will be in the description below. Check them out as always. Hit all the other links that are in there. Show some love and support to the people that have showed love and support to the channel. Some of them are affiliate links, some of them are not. None of them cost you extra to click them. So hey, why not help the channel out? So anyway, I appreciate y'all. Please remember to be kind, be humble, be EDC. Y'all take care.